Hi everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel dedicated to the construction and development of the Lake Erie and North Shore Railroad. It's been a while since I posted a video, and I'll explain in a minute why that is. Pretty much back in April, about 4 months ago, I suffered a stroke which paralyzed the left side of my body, and I've been doing intensive rehab since then. So I do have motion back, and I'm got back out to the train room and made another video. Okay, so hopefully I'm going to be making videos fairly regularly from now on, but I just wanted you guys to know why there was such a delay, and I'm really happy you stayed with me this long, but that's why there's been a delay. It's because of the stroke. So now I've done some rehab, and I'm getting some movement back at the point where I think I can continue to construct the railroad. So I'm back out into the train room. Hopefully you'll stay with me, and I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. This is a very special episode because this is the first episode back since I had the stroke, and we're going to start doing some very intricate work. Actually, it was kind of ironic. But we're going to start building some boxcars, some rolling stock, and we're going to be doing a Branchline blueprint boxcar, 40-foot boxcar, and there's a beautiful story associated with this model. So hopefully you'll get into the video and you'll hear all about the story. All right, so until then, I really do need some soul now. So I need some railroad soul, and I hope you do too. We're going to be playing some railroad soul right now.
Across the prairies to the sea, they laid the iron for the rails that we ride. They shared their lives, their hearts, and their pride. They had really sorrow.
Hi there. In this episode, I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach to what we're doing, because I had this, it was back in the storeroom, model railroading storeroom here, and I came across this this boxcar model, and there's a story behind this, and I just thought this would be a really cool story to share with you guys. I found myself in, this is probably 3 or 4 years ago now, I found myself in Sydney for work, and Sydney, Australia for work, and had a bit of a issue with some equipment. We had, whatever, we had the afternoon off, so as you do, I was in Sydney, and I thought I'm going to go check out the model railroading places, see if there's anything cool that can be had. And so I looked dutifully up in my Google Maps and found a place to go. And when I got there, I was disappointed because all of their model railroading stock, basically they had a flood or something, and they had to put it in storage, so they didn't have any model railroading stock when I was there. But on my way out, one of the guys said, "Hey, here, try this place," and he gave me a piece of paper with an address on it. So I went out in search of this place, and I'll tell you what, it was a journey to find it. It was in this tiny little sort of mall upstairs. You had to go up like some narrow staircases and find this place. And I finally found it, and I walked in, and it was like, as soon as I walked in the door, I went, oh my God, this is going to be amazing. It was just, it was an older couple that owned it. You could tell they loved model railroading, and they loved what they did, and they just had a treasure trove of stuff in this place. And so I was going around, looking at all they had. I put some magazines and some books and things like that aside. And then I came across this model box. Just sort of, there was a bunch of, already finished models and things on the shelf, but this box was sort of underneath, all dusty. And I said, "Oh, what's this?" And the owner said, "Oh, this is we got a lot of these cars in because this company from the States called Branchline Trains started this series called Blueprint series, where they really upscaled their models, and they were making some really high quality models, and they were reasonably priced, so we bought a bunch of them. And now, I think that was like when this first happened. Now, this is my recollection of what he told me, so if this is wrong, please correct me in the comments. But around 2011, somewhere in there, this Branchline Trains started making these Blueprint series. And then probably around 2019, 2020, somewhere in there, they were in negotiations to sell all of their stock to Atlas, the train company Atlas. And what Atlas, the rumor was, what Atlas was intending to do was to take these models and send them over to Asia and have people build them and then send them back and sell them as ready-made models. So they were getting back all of the stock, but apparently I don't know if they'd missed the deadline or whatever, but they had a few of these kits still, in the store. And so I said, "Oh, okay, well," and he went around and dug around and came out and showed me a ready-made model, one that had already been made, and I thought, wow, this is very detailed, and look, it sounds to me like it could be fun. Now, back then, I was not actually in the market for rolling stock, because I was just building the layout. So, but I knew eventually I'm gonna need some train cars. So anyway, I started sort of rummaging around, and I found 4 or 5 of these models, and I was desperately trying to find ones that would be marked. So for instance, this one, somewhere on these, I thought it had a sign of what. Okay, these are the box cars that they had in the series, and I was trying to find ones that would fit with my proposed layout, so that I didn't have box cars or stuff on the layout that shouldn't be there. And then I thought, well, you know what? In this new world, box cars and all kinds of cars get shunted all over the place. So you know what? These look pretty cool, so I'll get as many as I can. So anyway, he dug around. He said, "Look, I think I got about 20 of these things. If you take them all, you can have them all for $300. And I just kind of went, 20, $300, $15. Okay, sold. So took 20 of these Blueprint series kits, and then as he was packing them up, he said, "Oh, I got a few of these other things too," and he pulled out some of these old boxes, and these were just the basic Branchline trains, and he just, I think there were 4 or 5 of those, and he just threw them in for nothing. So we've got some Branchline kits, and we got some Blueprint series kits, And since I dug this out the other day, because I knew I was going to be maybe starting to build these, I thought this would be a cool story, bring everybody up to speed on how I got these, and then maybe have a look at what's in them and start to build them. And I did some looking on the internet just to see if there was anything out there about these. And a lot of the stuff was just back in 2014, 2016, but it was all like actual blogs. There was no like video stuff. It was like written blogs with still pictures and stuff. And a lot of the comments were that these were extremely hard to build because the parts were quite brittle, so they would break. So you need to take your time and be careful and gentle and use very sharp tools. So obviously this is going to be a challenge, so I thought maybe you'd like to join me when I come in to start building these things. Now, some of you may have some of these kits. Maybe you've built them, maybe you've heard about them. I didn't know anything about them when I bought them. I just bought them on a gut feel that they were going to be fun to make. So I may be wrong, but I'm going to give it a go. So let's, I thought so if you have any of these things, or if you've had any experience with them, just let me know in the comments, that'd be great. But I'm just going to open this up and let's see what's in it. Okay. All right, well, this is pretty cool. So I got a thing here that says, packed by Moses, number 134. So I know who packed this car. I don't know where Moses is, but hopefully it's not the same one with the 10 Commandments, because today's Good Friday, so there's a little religious theme maybe here going. And let's see what else we got. We've got a supplemental instructions. Just talking about the roof. I'll read this later. Read it to you later when we get there. We've got, okay, so these are the little pieces that people are saying are brittle. So you have to be very careful. They also said that there's extras. So if you break one, it's not a terrible thing, because usually there's an extra piece. And then there's the walkway for the top of the car. And then there's the roof. Let's put this over here. Oh, some more pieces. And then we've got the car just wrapped up here. So this one is an Erie. This one will fit nicely on mine. And wow, that is nice. And very, very sturdy, very thick. There's a bunch of pieces inside. I think these are steel wheels. Yes, they are. Very cool. So good front, good wheelbases there. And then we got the more pieces. Looks like we have, well, these are the ends meeting here. And then these are the doors, I think. Yes, these are the doors. Wow, this looks pretty good. I'll just wrap this back up. And now I'm getting excited to build this. Wow, this is really cool. Put that over there. Let's see, we got instructions here. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of history about the car. Thanking people that have helped them design the car. We got some general tips. Okay. Wow, this looks pretty cool. So, maybe take some time and I'll read this over carefully. And then I'll come back and we'll start the model. Excellent. This is this is pretty cool. I'm very excited about the quality of these that I've seen so far. I don't know if I'm a good enough modeler to put this together the way it should be put together, but I'm going to give it a go, and hopefully you guys can watch me as we go, and if I make some mistakes, hopefully you won't repeat those mistakes if you try to do your own. I'm just going to quickly look at this other package here. Let's put this one aside. So this is just the normal Branchline. It's not the Blueprint series. So let's have a look here. See what this one's all about. Okay, wow. That, again, looks very high quality. And this is a center flow hopper car. And this is also some instructions, much simpler instructions. And these are just plastic wheels in this one. So a little bit less quality on the trucks, but there's a weight plate. Ooh, that's nice, heavy. Okay, I got some other trucks. I got some steel trucks, actually from the same place that I found these. So I'd be able to maybe put the steel trucks on this instead of the plastic ones. If I don't break the thing already. There we go. I'll just put this back away. And we'll build this one maybe after we've done the first one there. And then once we've built them, we'll maybe do some weathering on them. Excellent. Okay, so that's got our next couple videos there outlined. Oops. Don't want to break anything here. Sure everything fits in there. There we go. Alrighty. So stay with us, and I'm just going to read the instructions thoroughly, and then we'll start putting this baby together. This will be a test of patience and skill. So join me, have some fun, and hopefully there won't be much swearing involved. Bye-bye. Be back. All right, so this is the first phase of the boxcar. It's getting this, this bottom pumps and hoses and stuff on, and I have to admit these are very, 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 very tiny. And I have to, even though how careful I was, I did break one right here, as you can see. I put it on the best I could. I may try to find a little replacement part and glue that in there, but you have to be very, very careful with these things. And so the feedback that people were leaving is true. These are quite brittle and they're very, very tiny. So you need to have a very sharp scalpel or something that you can cut these with. Now I'm going to experiment with a few other cutting tools, see if I can find something that'll do these a little better. So look, this is the first one, and we're going to make mistakes, and what we show on this channel is the good, bad, and the ugly. So I'm just letting you know that you got to be very, very careful with these. Now we're going to progress, and the next stage is to put the couplers on. So I'll get those couplers out and put them on, and we'll see how things go from there. Alrighty, don't go away. Okay, so these are coupling boxes. Now I have filed them a little bit, but that's okay, because we're gonna, when we weather this, we'll make sure we touch those areas. So these are the coupling boxes, and these are the lids of the coupling boxes. And these are the couplers that I'm going to use, which are here. Your HO metal standard shank couplers. So I'm going to use those. Now with these couplers came these little inserts that will go in here. Now these did not come with the Branchline train package, but I'm going to put them in because I think it stabilizes these couplers a little bit so that they work a bit better. And then these are the lids that go on. So these are going to get, let's see if I can do this. So these are going to get mounted on here. And then we're going to put the couplers together, and then I'll be back and show you how it all goes. I might actually show you how to actually do one, but I'm going to have to remount the camera. So just give me a minute. Okay, so I've got this box on, just glued it on, and I've got the little brass thing inside, but I'll show you how to do it here. So this is the box that we're going to glue on, and we just take this little brass thing here and we just slide that in, and it goes in so that the flat side goes down. And I'm just going to flip this over, and we're going to put a couple drops of glue. And I'm just going to set this in place, just like that. Okay, so now we've got those on. Now we're going to take the couplers. So these are the couplers. Now remember, the long hose has to go down, so it has to go this way. And when we put these on, we're just going to slide it so that the little friction bar there we go. Sorry, it's gonna, that little friction bar has to on the outside of that. It's a little tricky. guess I'm going to try and hold this in place. I was trying to just do it without doing this, but we'll have to give it a change of plan here. I think the little post is too big for the hole, so I'm going to have to file that down a bit. Just doesn't seem to want to fit on. Starting to think that a better way on next car I do, I'm going to actually put the coupler together and then install it on the car, because I think that'll be a bit easier to do. That's gonna go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to just make that post a little bit thinner. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so that other one went on pretty good once I just sort of filed this post down a little bit. So I'm just going to file this down. And you don't have to do a lot. It's just, I think it's just some rough edges are stopping it from going in. Okay. So I'm going to put this one in. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to put these together. You just need to be quite careful. So you're going to put this little pointed part into the frame and then turn that around so you can get some leverage on that. And then you're just going to slowly and gently pull that frame up until it slides in. Sorry, I just missed it. Trying to do it on the camera. There we go. So that one's in. And we do the other one. So we slide the pointed piece here of the wheel in there. And you're going to turn it, just give yourself a bit of leverage. And gently pull this piece just until that pointy piece can go in. There we go. And we got our truck. Okay. Now, try not to lose my screws. Well, these trucks are going to go in here. This way. Just like that. And that screw is going to go down there and just tighten. It's a flathead screw. So I'm just going to get take it in about halfway. I'm going to bring it back out. And we're going to put truck on. I'm going to put this back in. I think it goes much easier once we have made the hole a bit bigger, and then we started the screw. So there it goes, it's going in. And now we tighten that down. Basically, so the trucks are quite stable, not shaking around too much, but so they're loose enough to turn. And see, that's a bit too tight. It's a bit too much stress on there. So I'm just going to loosen it off, quarter turn. And there we go. So we got good stability. And the trucks are moving. Okay, so we got our trucks on. Next step is going to be the ends of the cars. So we'll get these ends done. All right, we're getting there. Don't go away. Come back and we'll do the ends.